gentlemen, are you ready to be fired up? I sure am. I have got Lenka Doyle here. She actually is an agent in Florida. Recently, I personally had Lenka sell 4 of my properties for me, and she's an absolute amazing job. Lenka is one of our authors in our upcoming book, Top Producer Secrets, and I cannot wait. Lenka, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. So grateful and happy to be here. Thank you so much.
So where exactly do you specialize in Florida?
Southwest. So I am between Tampa and Naples. So it's kind of a broad area.
Mm-hmm.
So Cape Coral. So I go Northport, Punta Gorda, Cape Coral, Fort Myers. It's kind of a long stretch, but everything's really kind of close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did a great job. Mine were all over, and you did an amazing job on all of them. So, okay, so let's talk a little bit first about how long you've been in real estate. Take us on your journey, where you were at. I mean, you're doing 60 plus homes a year at this point.
So I, at one point I had 75 transactions. It's a emotional roller coaster, right? So kind of depending on the market. This year, my transaction numbers went down, but my volume went up. So so it's kind of one of those.
Yeah. Well, I want to mention something too about you. Is like, Lenka actually lost her entire home during the hurricane. She literally lost her entire house. Then she calls me one time, tells me the story about Christmas, and I'll let her tell the story. But it's amazing what she's actually done.
So to correct you, my whole house was standing, but we've got roof, water, pool. We had 3 boats parked in our backyard from other people losing their boats. Like, it was complete devastation.
Yeah.
In 2022, we got hit with Hurricane Ian, and it was a direct landfall directly on my community and on my market, and it was pretty devastating for everybody in an area. So that was kind of crazy.
But it didn't affect your real estate business.
December, because I'm with you, I'm in a coaching program, and I learned to serve and not to sell. So I had to wrap my head around it, because at first we were in panic. We had to leave our area. We wanted to stay with our son in Atlanta for a little bit. And as I was up there, I felt completely helpless. Like, we stayed for the storm. It was completely crazy, completely insane. Like, at one point, our dog had a life jacket on. We were putting floating mats in on top of our car, putting things into an attic. Like, it was insane. And after when the storm passed, we were like, we need to get out of here. Like, this is not going to be any better. Like, we are not serving by being here.
Mm-hmm.
So we get out of town, and I was starting to reaching out to customers. What can I do? How I can help? Sending the supplies, helping with insurance claims, like being able to be up there and having internet access. I was a lot more helpful than actually being down there. So that's kind of how it transitioned into me serving people, and then people reaching out. You know what we are getting out of the area? We didn't sell. Help us list our house. And then I have other people that were from up north. This is a perfect time to buy in Florida. What can we get? So it's kind of always rolling in. It's like you put the wheels in motion and it starts going.
Oh, so tell us, what is your chapter about?
So my chapter is about you. It's to hire a coach.
Oh, it is. I forgot that. Okay, I've read 20-something chapters. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that. Let's kind of hear your journey. How long have you been in real estate?
So my journey started, I got my real estate license in 2008.
Okay.
And to fast forward, it took me 10 years. For me, real estate, it's like, it was a yo-yo effect. It was like, I would make some money, then I wouldn't make some money. It's as if like real estate is this big secret that nobody wants to share. It's
hence the book talk.
Yeah, it really is. And you would have some old timers that would be in our area and they would just absolutely kill it. And then it's almost like you call it like agents by default. I'm like, well, what is it that they're doing? I don't see them doing anything earth shattering, just like being in the industry. So I said, okay, I just keep rolling, keep doing things. So I paid my dues. I've been, I learned, I joined the team. I learned from some amazing people, and I had amazing mentors, but I just couldn't break the $100,000 ceiling. Like, I would make $45,000, I would make $55,000. And like, it was, like I said, it was a yo-yo effect. Mm-hmm. And then I start searching the World Wide Web, and there is this lady from California named Krista Mashore, and she keeps popping in front of me everywhere. And that's really how it came down to, is you showing up in front of me and you were saying, hey, I'm offering this 3-day challenge. Come and do it. And so I did 3 years of 3-day challenges.
Yes, Lenka, I remember, this is a funny story. So Lenka is literally, because I notice people, right? And so Lenka was on there. I think I noticed about Lenka was that she was always paying attention. So one day during the challenge, I literally said, Lenka, this is like, how many more years are you going to keep coming to my free challenge before you're actually going to invest in yourself? And she was like shocked that I
I was noticed. Right. I was like, holy smoke, this lady actually knows me by my name and knows that I've been following her. Like, I thought it was crazy. And that's when I realized, okay, I really need to think about it and do this and figure out how I'm going to do this. And being in your challenge at a time, you were teaching us how to be resourceful and actually figuring things out.
Well, that's a very resourceful.
Okay, not bad. Okay, there. So my challenges.
Yeah, so I was one of your challenges and you were teaching us be resourceful, figuring things out. Where there is a will, there is a way. I was like, I really need to do this. And it was also about a mindset of what we want to do and how we want to build our lives. It was like, I want to spend time with my family. I want to have a financial freedom. I need to join the coaching. And then we are a big sports family. Our son play basketball. My husband play basketball. So we would, like, when it comes to our kids, like when it comes to paying for tutors, paying for coaches, like it was never a question. We would do whatever it is that our son needs to do, whatever he needs to do to succeed. It would go without a question.
Yeah.
And then whenever it comes to us as an adult, it's like there's this turn off button that we stop investing into ourselves and our career to take us to the next level.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my aha moment where it's like, okay, I really need to do this. And then jumping into your program is basically how it changed. But first year following you, my income went to 75,000. The second year, it was 3 challenges. I broke the ceiling of 100,000. And then when I joined your program in that third year, it just went up. And every year I've been doing better and better. So I know those years cost me something because I could have done so much better. Would I started sooner? But I'm not going to be negative Nelly. I have learned so much, right? Like time and place for everything.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen you grow. It's been such a nice thing to watch. Even with all the adversity that you've challenged, you've had some massive challenges and your business still has done well. So, I mean, I think there's something to be said, right? When you're trying, especially in real estate, but there's so much potential in real estate in this. I hope people can understand this, that it's one of the most lucrative jobs that you can do. I remember being a teacher. I was a teacher for 6 years, master's degree in teaching. After 6 years, I made $60,000 as a teacher a year. And my best month as a real estate agent, I sold 26 homes and made over $360,000 as an admission in 1 month.
That's amazing.
In 1 month, 6 times what I made in a whole year as a teacher. If you can learn to do it and do it differently and not be seen as a commodity and really have exposure, and you've literally done the work. You've put the work in. You you show up on every call. Talk a little bit about what are you doing when you say like what is different now? What have you done different in your business?
I think it's a mindset, and I think it's a little bit of a growing pain. So you have to and you work on it with us so much. You have to start with yourself, and by starting with yourself, you're able to move along with eat a left one bite at a time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like work on yourself, get yourself organized, getting up in the morning, having the worksheet, putting your time in and get yourself planned and organized in advance. It is a mindset, and set yourself with the right tribe of people. So I literally had to clean up, not in a negative way, because I had a lot of really nice people around me, but they were just not the right people for me at a time in order for me to grow and get to the next level. And that is a really hard thing to realize sometimes, to go through that. So I switched to brokerages. I stopped hanging out with certain social groups just because it wasn't a part in my life where I wanted to be. I wanted to grow my business and be serious. I'm not retired. I'm not in a party mode.
Yeah.
So it's nice to relax, but my relaxing time was to spend the time with my family. So it was really just a growth and cleaning my surroundings and just having the right tribe and showing up to your calls and keeping my head straight and keeping my eye on the prize.
Yeah, and I think it's so true in real estate. Like you said, it's almost like you get this business, this big secret as far as what works. Most agents are top producers by default, meaning they've just been that person for a long time. You can literally become a top producer by design, by showing it differently, doing things differently. People expect it now. Yeah. They want it. They know it, especially with everything that's going on. And sometimes you do have to change, who your environment is. And I always say, if I see somebody else doing something, my brain goes, and if they can do it, I can do it. Yes. I just have to keep going,
I have also noticed, whenever you start working with agents who are more successful and they love what they're doing, they're willing to share.
Yeah.
And I think it's so, they have the more abundant mindset. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like it's more rewarding. They don't have the fear of sharing because they know market is big enough.
Yeah.
And I'm collaborating with other agents in our area, started a little mastermind with other power agents that are doing fantastic jobs. And they're like, Lenka, you're so positive, and I need a little bit more because my team is driving me crazy, and I need your energy. And I was like, I need your knowledge how to run a team because I have no clue how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, or, learning how to do it correctly. So you kind of help each other, but in a positive way. But, you do hear it in an industry a lot. Oh, why would I share with you? You're just going to steal it from me. I don't want to share. Yeah. And if you have that mindset, you're not going to get anywhere. Because the more you give, the more you receive.
Yes, the more you give, the more you receive. Absolutely. And real estate is one of the most competitive, and also the people do not want to help. They do not want to share. They do not want to teach. I think, when I was growing up, my parents always said, bad association spoils useful habits. And I heard it every day that I walked out the door. I think what's even more important is like good association enhances happiness, right? It's like the more like we need it, especially with everything that we're going on. And I do think that one of the best things about our community is just how everyone is so collaborative. They are so willing to share. They're so willing to help. I mean, it's part of the reason why you're in the book. Yeah, because you've
Positive.
So you've just taken things and gone with it. So a little bit more about the journey. Talk to us a little bit about your journey in real estate.
Journey in real estate. So I started in 2008, and when I went in to get my real estate school, I wanted to be in real estate as soon as I moved to the United States, which was in 1998. My English was terrible. I couldn't read. I couldn't write. It was like how those real estate tests are, like 3-level math questions. And I'm like, what are they asking me? So it's like, yeah, I can do it. So it took me almost 10 years to be able to get into where I can read and write and learn English proper way and get my real estate license. And it was still a struggle for that the first 10 years. I learned how to do short sales really, really well in foreclosures. So it was during that time, but I was so new in the industry where 2008 through 2010 in Florida, a lot of agents were kind of getting out of business because it was such a hard market at a time that there were, like we say, good markets teach bad habits. Like they were just so spoiled during the time that a lot of people left the industry, and I just kind of stayed in it. Yeah. And just kind of learn the ways. And then it was really just wanting to grow and wanting to do better and surround yourself with better people. So I've been in the industry, 16 years now? And it really wasn't until 2018 when things started happening for me, when really kind of started popping up on my radar, when I really start, like, I've been in industry for a long time, but I feel like I've been in industry only like 6 years, if it makes sense, just because it's really when I turn it on and put my time in, and maybe not putting the time in, but really putting the time in the right places. Because you don't know what you don't know unless you have the guidance.
Yeah, exactly. So what would you say, what are the main things that you've learned, besides just the mindset? No, it's the most important thing, I agree to. But what else? What things are you specifically doing in your business that you are seeing make the most?
You mean like strategies?
Yeah.
So obviously our videos, target marketing, I love the CMA drop-offs. Like I'm incorporating, because I'm in Florida, a lot of open houses. And because I have a team now, we actually do 5 open houses during a week. Like we do Wednesday through Sunday, and I would have different people in different places. I'm sitting in open houses as well, and we create a QR codes, we create a map, and basically send each other's clients. I do have a great follow-up right away. Agents who sit in open houses, I ask them to send me a report immediately right after the open house, and I have a nice little flyer that talks about the property, the date, how many people came in, what was the positive feedback. I also want to know the negative feedback. So this way we can talk to our clients, because it is our listing. So we have to adjust it based on that. And so it works great because our sellers love it, because we're giving their properties the attention, and we are also exposing it, and we're also exposing ourselves by doing the videos. So it's like a building blocks. You start with doing the videos, you start learning the strategies. It's kind of like algebra, it kind of builds up on the top, and you can't skip the one. You start with the baby steps, but it just gets better and more interesting as you go. Yeah.
So the targeting and retargeting is through Facebook ads. Yes,
Facebook ads.
Yeah, yes. Facebook ads, which we're very heavy Facebook ad focused, because a lot of people, video is number one. But if no one sees the video, it doesn't really make a difference. You've got to learn how to take that video content, like you were saying. Krista started showing up all over my feed. Well, we've learned to do that nationally, and we're experts at teaching it locally for people. So we teach you how to actually get the video content in front of your local community. So you're being seen by thousands of people like over and over again. And they're watching your content, consuming it, binging it, views while you snooze, winning before you arrive, developing that parasocial relationship with people.
It really is amazing how all of that, it's like a one big puzzle that falls into place.
Yeah. So, okay, so video content, and then you're a co-author with me too as well. Did you finish your listing book yet?
No, this is my 2024 to finish by the end of the year.
By the end of the year. You need to finish it in a month. You have a 30-day commitment on that. You'll be shocked. Go to one of the implementation workshops, and then literally we'll get it done within a couple hours.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. So I'm just trying to think of what else, like the advice to give to someone right now. Like right now, the real estate, you and I have both been through 2008. Yes. We've seen our times where I'm seeing a lot of agents leave. They're leaving by the drones right now. Real estate is very competitive, but I don't think it really is, because most agents are not willing to do what it takes. Like, it's very easy to stand out in a city, in an area, by just differentiating yourself, by doing things that other people are not willing to do, because most agents will not do it.
So I think you have to want to work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the drive, and you have to want to do better.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to surround yourself with right people, and you have to have a mentor. And think about it, as humans, we always do better together than by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So if I look back, I was really a solo agent even though I was part of a team, I was still left in this little island by myself till I got into a group that actually embraced me and get me to a better place. So to give somebody advice right now, if you're starting and you're brand new, have a mentor, have a coach, join a team, but join the right team and the right person that fits your style and personality, that will actually allow you to grow. And you have to be around people who truly want you to be successful.
Yeah.
Not the people that say, oh, I want you to be successful as long as you're not more successful than I am.
Yeah.
Like, that's the worst type of people you could be around.
Yeah.
You want to have people that will help you grow.
That want to elevate you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. As such, that, I've been in a lot of masterminds. I've spent just about $1.6 million just in the past 6 years on hiring the best coaches, consultants, experts, mastermind. And it's just 50x my success. I mean, achieving things I never ever thought possible, like learning to do things that I didn't even know to do, things that just you don't even know what you don't know, because being around people that are doing the thing you're trying to do. And, Napoleon Hill says that a mastermind is basically two minds become three. There's just an invisible force.
Yes.
And you learn from the experience, the time, the energy, the money, the education, all the resources from the other people, because they're telling you what to do, what not to do. And when you combine that with literally a lot more than three people, and people are willing to share in all different markets, because it's the same everywhere, right? It's amazing.
And then asking for help. And it's okay to ask for help, because I think we are so taught to learn to do things by yourself, and we have that fear of asking and say, hey, I don't know how to do this, or how do I get to do this better? It's okay. Like, I don't have to be the perfect person knowing how to edit a video. If I had to learn how to edit videos myself, I would be still sitting in front of a computer, and I wouldn't be selling houses.
Yeah.
So you have to learn to let go of certain things. And I'm such a type A personality. It kind of took me a while to say, hey, I can hire a transaction coordinator. I can let go of some of those things and have people help me.
I remember on the call, I was like, Lenka, you don't have a transaction coordinator? I'm like, you need to get one right now. Like, I'm doing any of this stuff.
I don't know how I did it. Like, my life has changed since I did that. Like, it's wonderful.
Yeah, you have to let go, right? Focus on what are the things that you do well. Like, how can you do more client-facing things? How can you get in front of more people? This has just been, absolutely just so great, Lenka. So I always like to leave. And again, if you want to, Lenka's chapter is all about, hiring a coach, having the right mentor. If you want to read Lenka's chapter, really, really see more of her journey, all the, the things that she's gone through, if you go to KristaMashore.com/secrets, you will be able to see her chapter plus many others. So proud of this book. Like, it's just amazing. It's pure gold, pure gold. What everybody in the book has shared, and Lenka's chapter is no different. I think your chapter was one of the ones that made me cry. It was really good reading it. But Lenka, what would your advice be if you had any advice at all to give, whether it's marriage, friendship, business, real estate, non-real estate? What would your advice be to somebody that's listening right now or watching?
Oh my gosh, I think we've pretty much covered it. Like, really try to be happy in life. We all measure success in different ways. And making money in real estate is wonderful, but try to set a time for your family because time is precious and our time is so valuable and we will never get it back. So try to spend a time with your family and your loved ones, like learn to have that balance and set it aside because work is not always everything. And surround yourself with good people, because if you work with great people, you don't feel like you're going to work. You're actually enjoying what you're doing. And then you know how to like set that good time aside with your family. So balance your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. One last thing I want to ask you about. So, you know, how has your confidence changed since you've been applying a lot of the strategies that could you talk about that?
I don't even think about it, but like now that you ask me, yeah, I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable talking to people. Like I actually have no problem talking to people, going on listing presentation. If it is business related, whatever it is, buyers and sellers, I know my market so well. Like when it comes to buyers, I like have the sixth sense. Like I know where those people are going to end up before they even know it. Just by asking questions, like just because I find it fascinating and I love getting to know people. And you have to love what you're doing, right? So I do have the confidence just because I love what I do. And by what I love what I do, I am constantly educating myself. So I want to know everything. So my education just went up and my confidence went up. So keep growing, keep learning.
Absolutely. Yeah. Lenka, it's been so great, everyone. Well, I hope you are just as fired up as I am. Lenka Doyle, she is in the Miami area, Florida. I'm sorry. She's in Florida area.
Cape Cod, Fort Myers, Naples.
Yes, Cape Cod, Fort Myers, Naples. Go and KristaMashore.com/secrets. You can read her book. Also, if you choose, you can opt in to watch her actual training on it as well from the other top producers, giving away all their secrets, their secret sauce, their advice, secrets to success. And I hope you are just as fired as I am. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Krista Mashore, and see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.